a good thing, definitely. Yeah. I can just fly right through home.
That's gonna go away.
Yeah, Ms. Day, do you have something on your head?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
What was that, ma'am? I can't hear you.
You have something on your head? You have on a bonnet.
What was that?
Yeah, that's the bonnet. You need to take the bonnet off your head now.
Oh, okay.
Raven Roberts, Mr. Pebble, you ready to go on the record?
Yes.
All right, this is the people versus Raven Roberts on ticket number P1069109. Count 1, improper plate. Count 2, drive unregistered or entitled vehicle. Count 3, failed to display a valid operator's license, not a person. Also on ticket number P1119466. Count 1, failed to display valid operator license, not a person. Count 2, failed to properly secure passenger's child. We're also here on ticket number P124773. Count 1, no insurance. Count 2, driver license suspended. Ticket number P12477737. Count 1, registration and or plate violation. Count 2, tinted windows, front driver passenger windshield more than 4 inches. Count, ticket number P10749767. Count 1, driver license suspended. Count 2, no insurance misdemeanor. Count 3, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Good morning, please. Good afternoon. Please state your names for the record, starting with Mr. Wazak.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Daniel Wazak. My bar number is P35225. I appear with Ms. Raven Roberts via Zoom. We will waive in-court presence. Ms. Roberts, would you open your microphone and tell the judge your name, please?
Raven Roberts.
Your Honor, I've gone over Ms. Roberts' trial rights, and her right to remain silent, all of those. She does want to accept the offer from the city. The only thing I would point out, Judge, is the responsible plea on the ticket ending in 9466, count 2. That is already in default. I think we just leave that as it is, rather than have her, plead to it again.
Yes, this is Bob Marcus Reason.
Okay, and that's a ticket ending in 4662, Mr. Wazet,
Correct.
and then 4661. Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I just wanted it to be recognized on the plea form.
Understood. Okay.
And let's see, and that's oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it would still be responsible. Okay. Yes, that will be the seatbelt infraction. Mr. Wazet?
Yeah, it's a civil infraction and it is in default.
So we'll just leave it. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So she doesn't need to make admissions to count 2 or she?
Yes, Mr. Wazet, what say you?
The fine has already been assessed. There's nothing to do with it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Wazek, your client does wish to avail herself to the offer?
Yes, she does want to accept the offers there. That means that there'll be a plea on 2 of the tickets.
Right. I got it. Ms. Roberts, can you raise your right hand? turn the video off. Ms. Roberts, can you unmute yourself?
You need to read.
You swear or
Yes.
affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Can you put your hand down? You've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Wozniak in private about your case and your rights.
Yes.
Has anyone promised you, threatened you, or has anyone forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything of value in exchange for your plea today?
No.
You're pleading of your own free will,
Yes.
and you're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty.
Yes.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to trial,
Yes.
and knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with your guilty plea?
Say that one more time.
Knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with your guilty plea?
Yes.
We're having to direct your attention to the date of October 1st, 2020, at approximately 12:37 p.m. On that date and time, were you at or near the location of Plymouth and Pearson in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you driving a 2006 Pontiac?
Yes.
And did you fail to display a valid operator license not on person?
Yes.
I'm also going to direct your attention to the date of February 22nd, 2020, at approximately 12:46 p.m. On that date and time, were you at or near the location of West Davidson and Dexter Avenue in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you driving a 2006 Chevrolet?
Yes.
And did you have improper plates?
Yes.
Mr. Wozniak, you're satisfied with the factual basis,
Yes, Judge, on both counts, I am satisfied.
right? And you stipulate to proper cause as to the remaining counts?
We stipulate.
Okay, so the court will dismiss the remaining counts without prejudice and will amend the original charge on ticket number ending in 466 to fail to display. Think I'm doing that correctly? And as to the sentencing, there's already one count that's in default. I think there's already been a fine that's been assessed. I'm gonna do a fine of $200 on the fail to display. There will be no fine on the improper plate. Are you working, Ms. Roberts?
Yes.
So if I give you 30 days to pay the $200, is that enough time or do you need additional?
30 days. Yeah, that's fine. 30 days from today, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That's fine?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
You're saying yes? Okay.
Yeah.
So on the fail to display, there will be a fine of $200 that needs to be paid by June 8th. For the improper plate, there's no fine on that, and then all the remaining charge or counts are dismissed. Okay, you have any
Okay.
questions?
Nope. That's it.
You're all set, ma'am. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Day? You can unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. All right, this is ticket number P1228286. Count, this is the People versus Bianca Day. Count 1, driver's license never acquired. Count 2, improper plates. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. We're also here on ticket number P1228401. Count 1, improper left turn. Count 2, no valid registration certificate. Count 3, registration and or plate violation, no plate. Good afternoon. Please state your names for the record, starting with Attorney Wazak.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Daniel Wazak, P35225, with the defendant via Zoom. We will waive in-court presence. Ms. Day, will you tell the judge your name for this record, please?
Yes, Bianca Day.
Your Honor, I have had a chance to discuss these matters with Ms. Day. I went over her trial rights and her right to remain silent. She would, however, like to accept the offer and tender the plea as indicated on the plea sheet.
Right hand. I can't, are you raising your right hand, Ms. Day?
What was that? I'm sorry. It's hard for me to hear you.
Can you raise your right hand?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Wazak today in private about your case and your rights.
Yes.
And has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything of value in exchange for your plea today?
No.
You're pleading of your own free will.
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty.
Yes.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to trial?
Yes.
And knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, you still wish to continue with this plea?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to direct your attention to the date of July 29, 2021 at approximately 2:47 a.m. on that date and time. Were you at or near the location of Nevada and Oakland Street in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Were you driving a 2007 Dodge?
Yes.
And did you have improper plates?
Yes.
Mr. Wazak, you're satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Okay, and as the ticket number ending in 401, do you stipulate to count 1, the improper left turn,
Yes, Judge, we do.
to be amended to blockading?
That's my understanding.
Okay, and then you also stipulate to probable cause as to the remaining counts to be dismissed.
Yes, I do.
All right, so we'll proceed to sentencing. Ms. Day, for the civil infraction, the blockading.
Judge, I'm
sorry.
very sorry to interrupt. I'm really sorry, but this seems extremely relevant. Ms. Day is on dialysis every other day. She's pretty much at Henry Ford Hospital almost every day. But given that state of affairs, she's not in a position to do any volunteer work or community service. I would just like you to take into account her situation when you impose sentence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wazak. And don't apologize for interrupting, because you needed to say that. And sometimes I'll say as to sentencing, but mostly the attorneys are like, I don't have anything to say, but.
No, and that's usually the case, yes. But this one seemed a significant impact on her ability to handle this matter.
Okay, so, as to the civil infraction, Ms. Day, there is a $130 fine that has to be paid. And I can't do anything about that fine, but what I can do is give you additional time to pay it since you, do you have a legal source of income? Okay, so.
Well, I don't work, so no, not right now. I don't work, so it's kind of hard right now.
Do you get some kind of disability?
But I will, yes, I will be able to pay it. It will just take me time to pay.
How about 45 days to pay $130?
Yes.
Usually it's supposed to be paid in 14 days, but because of these acts, what I think are extenuating circumstances, is 45 days enough time for you to be able to pay that?
Yes, so you say 100 and how much now again?
It's gonna be $130.
Yes.
And then for the improper plate, I'm gonna waive that fine.
That's very kind of you, Judge. Thank you.
Have any other questions, Ms. Day?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, so good luck to you, and have a good one.
Thank you.
I guess I should tell you, oh, that's what I didn't.
Attorney Wozniak, Mr.
Uh,
Robinson is back.
Yes, if I can go into a room and speak to him, I'd like to.
Yes, I'm back.
Mr. Robinson, can you join breakout room 1, please?
Okay.
I'm gonna get next week's finals ready,
Okay.
so they'll be at least rubber banded and.
Judge, have a good one.
Okay. See you, Mr. Petway. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you for the time, Judge.
Hello, I came back.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Robinson. We'll be ready to call your case as soon as the judge gets the file.
First is Zachariah Robinson. From ticket number P12624114, count one, fails to display a valid operator's license on a person. Count two, driving registered or entitled vehicle, and count three, no insurance misdemeanor. Good afternoon, please state your name for the record.
I'm Daniel Wazak with the defendant. Mr. Robinson, will you tell the judge your name, please?
My name's Zachariah Robinson.
We'll waive in-court presence and agree to proceed via Zoom, Judge.
Mr. Wozak, there is an offer of pleading to count two and amending the count to improper place and dismissing the remaining counts. Is your client wish to avail himself of that offer?
Yes, Judge, after explaining to him his rights to trial and his right to remain silent, he would like to go forward with the plea offer.
Mr. Robinson, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Okay, you can put your hand down. You've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Wozak today in private about your case and your rights.
yes,
Has anyone threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything of value in exchange for your plea today?
no,
You're pleading of your own free will,
yes.
and you're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty.
I mean, I couldn't get to the Secretary of State because of due to the COVID, but I mean, I really don't have no choice, but you know,
The question is simple, Mr. Robinson. You're either guilty or you're not. So it could be one thing if you're saying you're guilty, but you got a good reason. So are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty, or do you want to go to trial?
I plead guilty.
Okay, and you're pleading guilty because you're actually guilty.
Yes,
All right. You understand that by pleading guilty, you are waiving your right to trial.
yes,
And knowing that you're waiving your right to trial, do you still wish to continue with your guilty plea?
yes,
Okay, so I'm gonna direct your attention to the date of October 18, 2021, at around 11:13 a.m. On that date and time, were you at or near the location of 7 Mile and Livernois in the city of Detroit?
yes,
And were you driving a 2001 Honda?
yes,
All right, and did you have improper plate?
yes,
All right, with that, Mr. Wozak, are you satisfied with the factual basis?
Yes, Judge, I am, and as my client indicated, I'd like to allocute.
And then you stipulate to probable cause that's the remaining count?
Yes, Judge, I do. Yes.
All right, so that's the sentencing, Mr. Wozak.
Judge, I'm just going to repeat what my client told you. He did try and take care of this, but COVID, Secretary of State, it was either backed up or closed. I will tell you this, Judge, it's a 2001 Honda. It's almost 20 years old. He's disposed of that car at this point.
Okay. Are you working, Mr. Robinson?
no, I don't have no income right now at the time. I've been going through some mental issues and I got a bad back.
So you don't have any income, you don't get disability?
I get SSI.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna make the fine $100. If I give you 3 months to pay that, is that enough time for you to get it paid?
Yes, that's enough time.
Okay, so it's gonna be due August 3rd, and it's just $100.
All right, thank you. Ma'am, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask you, did you have any questions?
You young.
not that young.
You beautiful.
Okay, but thank you.
Okay,
So-
thank you, Judge, and you have a nice day.
Okay, have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
But you are pretty.
Thank you, Mr. Petway.
I found the best way to do that instead of saying something that might be taken out of text. I just